Live. Welcome, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late, but we have a great show for you today. Have a lot to talk about. Pulse chain updates. Sorry, we got pulse chain updates. We got Hex news, and we got Forbes saying that you should not be putting cryptocurrency into your retirement account. And so we're gonna go take a look at that. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's take a look at what you guys are saying, and then we'll get to the charts. Seen Planet Millionaire Review YouTube channel. Phenomenal videos. Don't know what that is. All right. Clayton Fox. I've sacked for PulseX on 2 different occasions, and once was from a centralized exchange CoinJar, and the other from MetaMask. Richard Hart mentioned he'd help the people who had such mistakes. He did mention he'd help them. I don't know if I don't think they came up with anything, at least yet, to solve that, to my knowledge, but could be wrong. Ted Cash. Oh, Pete, thanks for sharing the Planet Millionaire info. Peek after the Furu Finance stream. Sweet. It's $1,000 in total, including all wrong sacrifices. So wondered if you know anything about that, as it'll help a bunch of people out. I reckon. No videos online about it either. He did mention that that what's it called? That he was going to look into doing something about it, but I have not heard anything about it so far. But I don't know. I'll look into it maybe. Live in 5 minutes, guys. Sorry for the delay. Oh, what a jerk. So late. Metastaying. Good day from tax capital of the world, New York. Welcome, Metastaying. And Davis, early. Yeah, you're early. I'm late. But yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at the charts. Let's go figure out what's going on in the markets. Taking a look at the charts. Right now, we are at 23,017. We broke out of this bull flag, in fact. We broke out of this bull flag, went sideways, and then found the downward trending line on the bull flag as support. It's holding it as support. So if it's able to hold it as support and not break below it, then we should be heading higher. What is the price target though? Well, as you see, we had the bearish divergence, and it actually did dump a little bit, but not like bearish divergence kind of dumping. So that means if we're broke to the upside, we should have a price target right here of $24,859. That would be our price target on the way to our 27,934. And if we hit that 29K, and Richard Hart still thinks that we're hitting 11K in prey, then that means it's going to be a long bear market. Like really long, honestly. Honestly, if you still believe that we're going to 11K, that means that we haven't bottomed yet. That means we have like 2-3 months. It's looking like we're 2-3 months away from going to 11K, because obviously it never goes down so much so quickly. Going to a 52% drop for Bitcoin in under a month, that's unlikely. So it's not an altcoin. So 11K in prey. If you still believe 11K in prey, then you believe the 4-year cycle's done, and we're going to have a long bear market, because even once it bottoms, it's going to have to consolidate for a while, likely. So I'm just saying, like, unless you want to say 11K wicks back up to like 28K or whatever, wicks back up to 23. I don't think that's happening. I I think the markets would be in disbelief and shock if we hit 11K and pray that quickly, like within less than a month. So you're saying that this is the longest top to bottom by November, December. So by 3 months, probably by 3 months, because the longest one, if it would, December 20th would be the longest, and now we're already over a month from that, and then it'll probably take another 2-3 months to hit 11K. So you're saying that the bear market is going to be very, very long. Again, I'm leaning towards bottoms in, but Richard Hart has a great track record, so can't forget that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the bottom's in? Keep asking you guys if you think the bottom's in. This looks like a nice capitulation here too, like a nice capitulation pattern, or like pain, pain, pain. Oh, sideways and right out. And we've had that previously, although it was a little bit longer last time. But unless you want to consider like this whole thing, whatever, it never plays out the same. I'm thinking that the bottom's in. I'm thinking the bottom's in, but I could be wrong. And I actually just came off editing the course that we had for the Patreons, which you guys should be joining the Patreon. And one of the sections is the 4-year cycle. So I put it into different what's it called? Different sections. And part 3 is the 4-year cycle. So become a patron. This is available to all tiers, although I think you should go in the most expensive tier because I'm kidding. But yeah, part 1 is what is currency, what is Bitcoin, and this is the 4-year cycle. This is a great coverage of the 4-year cycle. You could get in the Patreon, and there's 2 more parts coming out. So be sure to check that out. But I'll drop the link in the description. Check out that course. Link right over here. And if you're not sure, or you just want some more guidance, you could obviously book a free consultation at furufinance.com. Free one-on-one with me. Just press that button and we'll get it done. But it's looking like the bottom's in. So let me take a look at the chat and see what you guys are saying. 16 watching. Anybody have any thoughts? Anyone still doubling down on the 11K and pray? Good morning. Crypto Freedom says, we have hit the bottom, just starting from the beginning at 2 times speed. Mainstream media saying not to get into cryptocurrency. Bottom indicator. Well, we're actually going to, we're going to get into that. I don't know if I like the counter trades as a bottom indicator necessarily, because you have, for example, the is this on 720p? Okay, it is. I don't know why it looks so bad. For example, if you would have looked at it in like 25K after the Luna thing, there were probably a lot of articles saying not to get into cryptocurrency as well. So I don't necessarily like using those, but I also like using them. So shout out to that. And then Moroccan Polskin says bull market until 2024. It's a bull trap. You mean bear market until 2024? Bear market. No, there is a bear market until 2024. It's just the bottom's in. I'm not saying we're going all-time highs, but the bottom could be in. It usually takes a year. It usually takes maybe 2 years from the bottom to get to all-time highs. So it takes another year to even get a little bit euphoric. But the bottom could be in now. The bottom should be in. And you're saying this is the longest bear market, the longest time from top to bottom. If you're saying it's not the bottom, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying that is a strong statement, to say the least. Meta staying, in my opinion, probably never see Hex at this price again. Very possible. We're going to get into that. This Bitcoin mini bull, I believe, to be a manipulated fake out. Spot trading was not the reason for Bitcoin moving up. I'm expecting a Bitcoin dive down to 12K or thereabouts. See, I don't like the term manipulated. What do you mean manipulated? You're saying once there's like a guy that, is like, we're going to push it up and fake him out. I mean, the markets are complex and there are a lot of people moving the price and they're working separately, but it's just buyers and sellers. Especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like too liquid, really. I would imagine for one person to be manipulating it, but I don't know. I'm expecting a Bitcoin dive to 12K or there. Okay. Adrian Wills, welcome. I haven't seen you in here, so please make sure you like and subscribe and go to furufinance.com. But Ted Cash says bottom will be in April. So is it going to be a wick bottom, Ted? Ted, are we going to have a wick bottom? I'm waiting for your response, Ted. Are we going to have a wick bottom and then we're going to go straight back up? Or is it going to, and like we're at all-time highs like 6 months later? Or is it going to consolidate also for a year? But remember, also, look at the macros, okay? Inflation coming down, bullish. Rate hikes coming down, bullish. Having early 2022, bullish. So Pulsechain launch coming, bullish. Yeah, I mean, it's looking very bullish. It really all comes down to the Fed. That's like the most important thing, obviously. And they look like they're chilling out. So that's bullish. So looking bullish. Worst macro due February and March. Worst macro? I'm going to respectfully disagree. But Ted has experience. He's worked at JP Morgan. He's been through the 2008 financial crisis. So I will respectfully disagree with Ted. I will disagree with respect. Okay. And also have the humility to understand that I know nothing and could easily be wrong. In fact, nobody knows anything, especially me. But still like and subscribe. We're going to get to this after we do the Hex technical analysis, okay? But Alfred Berger, welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Nice to see you here. Okay. That's it for the Bitcoin technical analysis. Nice little technical analysis right there. Now we got the Hex technical analysis. Hex, Ted Cash, what do you think about the Hex technical analysis? Is Hex bottomed? Can we at least say Hex bottomed? We have one massive bullish divergence, okay? Massive bullish divergence. Everything that I said about the Bitcoin bottom, meaning Fed chilling, inflation coming down, Bitcoin halving, which obviously rolls over. Its effects roll over to the rest of the market. Also, we have testnet V3 imminent. We have imminent testnet V3, and we have Pulsechain mainnet launch. So, could we say the Hex bottoms in? I think so. But another thing is Hex is obviously less liquid, so it could easily make a lower low. Even if, let's say, Bitcoin drops 25%, we could see all-time lows again for Hex and other altcoins. So in some ways, it's a lot more likely that Hex bottoms, but in some ways, it's a lot less likely. But that's really the case for that. I mean, we are right now at 2.64 cents, trying really, really hard to break above that resistance, right? It's looking like we're going to need someone to step in and big buy as Yeah, we need a big buy, as Adrian said. We need someone to manipulate the hex price up higher, which is really just buy. So I'm not so into the manipulating narrative, but we need someone to step in and buy and really confirm above this resistance, and take us to the 4.6 cent levels, in which people say testnet V3 is out. But again, there is that problem that Richard Hart doubling down on the hex on Bitcoin not bottoming, I think, is making a lot of people reluctant to get into hex. So I think he could be tying his hands behind his back. Great question we had yesterday, but he also could not be. So I don't know, but it's looking like we're at 2.64 cents. Trying very hard to break above it. If we don't break above it, then we're going back to that 2.1 cents. And if we have another 2 more months until mainnet announcement kind of thing, that could get us down to the 1.6. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to break above it. I don't know. I dollar cost average, but that's what we got in terms of the chart. But let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see what Ted Cash is saying. Hex will start pumping when Pulsechain launch announcement is confirmed. Pulsechain mainnet or Pulsechain testnet V3. And is it the bottom though? Is it the bottom? That's the question. Oh, whoops. Where are we? Alfred Berger says, "What's your price Hex 2024?" Oh, price predictions are always wrong, man. But I think 2024, I'm hoping we're above $1. Maybe even 2025, we're in the multiple dollars. That's what I'm hoping. And if we don't, then I'd be very disappointed. And all indications, to me, in my opinion, say that we should be going above that. But everyone is thinking we are dumping. We're going straight up. Yeah. No pivot and no money printing mean no bull market. But there will be a pivot, in my opinion. There will be. Alfred Berger confirms Hex bottoms in. No, Hex will go down with worsening macro metrics. If there are worsening macro metrics and Bitcoin goes down, then I agree Hex will go down. But at the same time, worsening macro metrics even might not bring Bitcoin below 15,000 because we're very, very, very oversold. But it might also, because there were a lot of times where the market, S&P 500 dumped a lot and Hex kind of just went, not Hex, Bitcoin kind of just went sideways because it's been just going down and having so much pain for so long. Adam Rosenberg, welcome to the show, Adam. How much is a decent bag of Hex? Well, it's not really a simple answer because for a whale, a decent bag is not going to be the same answer as for Furu Finance or for anyone for that matter. So it really depends on your situation. You certainly don't want to buy to the point where you don't have money to take care of yourself and take care of your needs for a considerable period of time. If, let's say, something bad happened and you lost your job, and obviously I'm not a financial advisor and not financial advice, but that is something we could discuss. If you go to furufinance.com and schedule your free call today, I would love that. You could schedule that today for today. But it's obviously not financial advice, and you could do your own research. But yeah, good question. Agree. Tell us soon that V3 launched soon. V3 launched soon. we're going to talk about that. And Adam says, is 500K Hex a good bag? It really depends. It really depends on each individual person. Do I think 500K will get you very wealthy in the future? In my opinion, not financial advice. If you have a good staking ladder, meaning you're not all liquid where you're going to sell too early or too late trying to trade, I think you can really achieve financial freedom. 500K laddered out over 15 years, stakes expiring every year. But that's my opinion, obviously. So don't take it as financial advice, and don't think that you shouldn't be doing your own research and figuring out for yourself what is good and what's not good. Someday a Bitcoin will go for about 2 to 3 Hex. Or maybe a Hex will go for 2 to 3 Bitcoin. We got 35 watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for tuning in. Moving on, we're going to get into Twitter. Or actually, I'm sorry, crypto bubbles. The market is green. Things are going up. Where's Hex? There we are. 8.1%. Not bad. One of the bigger gainers of the day. Phantom. Andre Cronier said he's back on the development team. Little stupid thing. Okay. Moving on, we get Hex daily stats. Payout per T-share, 6.6 basically, 6.597. That's awesome. Got paid nice if you have T-shares. And changing current holders, we got 67 new holders, 10 new stakers, getting very close to 118 current stakers. What is your pick for what our current stakers is going to be in 2025? You know, on the at the end of the bull market, when things are really going nuts. 2025, how many current stakers, how many current holders? And leave it in a super chat. And if you're a broke pleb, then leave it in a regular chat. But that's a good question. If you're a broke pleb like me, okay, there's nothing wrong with being a broke pleb. Go drop that in the comments. We're going to check it out. And then we'll go into Twitter and the news section. Crypto correlates with NASDAQ. I heard that. Makes sense. Just so you know, I'm in a field up to my knees in mud, taking hay out to horses, and it's dark and cold here in London. I should send you a super chat. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I actually was doing my one-on-ones yesterday. Had a great conversation. With this guy. He's like, you know, we're gonna look back, and he's like, I talked to a lot of wealthy people on the golf course. This guy was a very good dude, a very smart guy too, and he's in real estate. He says he plays golf with these very wealthy people. They're very rich people because he's very good at golf and things like that. And they say that the best days were when they were wrecked plebs, right? He said that those were the best times. They all look back at the days where they had no money and they were, living on their friend's couch, whatever. Those are the days they look back at. Okay, so Carl Greenwood, you're going to be looking back in those days where you were in a field with mud until your knees, taking hay out for horses in London when it was freezing cold. Okay, you're going to be like, oh man, I just wish I could go back to that time where I was in London in the mud taking out hay for horses. No, it's rough. It's rough out there. It's rough, but it's good because you're making money. You're producing. That's the most important thing. And Adam, you gotta book the one-on-one, bro. It's free. furufinance.com. But I'm more excited for PulseX or Pulse. We're gonna talk about that actually. Interesting thing we have talking about. We will be talking about, but that's a good question. Go to furufinance.com and book your free one-on-one today. And like and subscribe. Dutch Hexkin, million easily, stakers easily. You're truly broke blood. Hit them like buttons for Furu guys. Thank you, bro. Carl, well, mate, I have a friend who has 55 acres and stables for 20 horses, so my heart goes out to you, mate. Hard work but satisfying. Yeah, you're gonna look back at these times, and we're just gonna go to Twitter. Crypto is all about. This is from @yourfriend Sami. You should be following him. Crypto is all about network effect. Every time Richard Hart did outreach marketing, I see thousands of people get max tilted. Hex brand name then gets more relevant. Headspace over existing coins. Don't cry or get emotional about crypto. Place your bets and hold. I agree. Outreach marketing is excellent, and Steven Robinson's been putting out some good stuff, so go check him out. But I agree 100%. You can't deny the effectiveness of the outreach marketing. And this is Compound Memes quoting Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace run by incorruptible software that had 2 inflation bugs, offering a global, affordable, simple, and secure savings account to billions of people that don't have the option or desire to run their own hedge fund. Oh my, OMG, you guys are so early. This guy just, and then compounding memes replies Hex. Yeah, I agree, like that. But yeah, this guy just doesn't know what he's talking about. Makes you wonder what he's doing. So why does he say things that are obviously not true, like incorruptible software, when obviously the tech is horrible and had 2 inflation bugs? And obviously it's a horrible payment system. That's why he's saying it's a savings account and things like that. But why does he not do his own research? See, he doesn't do his own research, and then he ends up making bad investments relative to the rest of crypto, right? Ethereum, Cardano, Hex, they all outperformed. So that just goes to show the importance of research. Michael Saylor does not do research. He does not understand Bitcoin. He does not fundamentally understand Bitcoin, which you can understand if you become a patron, because we have everything: currency, Bitcoin. Hello? Damn it. Sorry, guys. Where did it stop? Darn it. Where did it leave off? Where did it leave off, guys? What was I talking about? Really sorry. Why does it happen? Yeah, okay. How little Saylor knew, and welcome, Chad. How little Saylor knew. Saylor didn't know anything. He said that smart contracts were going to be built on Bitcoin. There's no smart contracts that are going to be built on Bitcoin. He said that Bitcoin has incorruptible software when we know it had 2 inflation bugs. He said it's the best. There's no second best. There's no second best when it got outperformed by pretty much every decent altcoin. He said that it was never going to go down. Like he famously stated on the BitBoy Crypto show, Godzilla has entered the basketball court. Like all your cycles and everything, bear markets, it's gone. Bitcoin is going up and to the right forever. And then he wasn't lying. Like he put his money where his mouth was. He bought a lot of Bitcoin at very high prices. And like I said, I coined him the tragic figure of the 2020 bull market. And that is the importance of research and understanding things. Richard Hart obviously researches and understands and invests in good cryptocurrencies and also creates good cryptocurrencies because he knows what he's doing. Michael Saylor doesn't know anything about Bitcoin. He doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency. So he basically sees the price goes up and market buys it on Coinbase. And he's completely underperformed every other decent cryptocurrency community, not scams and not including scams and rug pulls, which is why you have to know what you're buying. Because if you do research and then you buy it, meaning you know what you buy, your likelihood of buying something good is considerably higher than that of Michael Saylor or other people that are just doing what everyone else is doing. And I think the Hex community understands that very well, but it isn't interesting because it really highlights the importance of research. Rugged. What is going on with this dude? You guys hear me? Okay. Oh, it could be because of this. Sound settings. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I was saying about Michael Saylor. The tragic figure. He doesn't understand what he bought, which is why if he'd become a patron and he took the Bitcoin course, right? It's I'm actually reposting it all broken up. So what is currency? What is Bitcoin? Then we go into the cycles. I love the cycles and the Bitcoin halving and all those things. And then we get into the future of Bitcoin, whether or not it's a good investment. But yeah, and even if you don't buy Bitcoin, understanding Bitcoin is the cornerstone of understanding cryptocurrency and being a good cryptocurrency investor. So shout out to that. And hopefully Michael Saylor will get on that. But for now, he's wrecked. He'll continue to be wrecked. And then we got, I know you guys all want to talk about the Pulsechain launch, right? Pulsechain, I call it Pulsechain porn. Just getting off on, oh, the devs, they're saying Bitcoin's going to, they're saying Pulsechain, testnet V3, it's coming out in 5 days. Testnet V3. So stupid. Everyone talks like they actually know and care about tech. When it comes to testnet V3, like, you don't give a damn. You just want to pump your bags. I'm in it for the tech, okay? I'm in it for the tech. But we have important updates the dev said it could be hours away, right? There's only one. I used to read her tweets, and then she started getting a little cringe with the clickbait. So maybe we'll come back to her. She's a nice girl, but she's been off the rails in terms of meaningful, tangible information, as opposed to like cheerleader information. So we have Hexadon. Maybe Hexadon's going to be our new update person, because this is some good stuff. He says, we are mathematically 18 hours away from completing stage 7 of 18 Pulsechain Aragon client. I have no idea what that means, but yay. And here's a visual of the rest of these stages and their proportional time to completion, which means 11.2.5 days until Aragon's completion. As far as the other 3 clients, I have no idea. So we got a 11.25 for days for 1 of 3. We're stage 7, so it's like the mall maps. You are here. You are here. This is stage 1. You got to get to here. So we did 1, 2, 3. Stage 4. This is the execution stage. 5, 6, 7. You are here. So that means we need this. We need storage lookup. We need TX lookup. We need TX pool. And then we need, that's like so small you can't even see. And then we need headers. And then we're completed stage. Then we completed Aragon client, and then we have another 3 clients. And then he says, if they are being worked on in series, testnet will most likely be some. So he's saying in series, meaning one after the other. Maybe there's some other people working on the other 2 stages, so get it quicker. So testnet will most likely be sometime in February or March if they are worked on in parallel. Probably V3 will be sometime in February. So that's in less than a month, probably. 1 to 2 months, guys. You heard it here first, and go give him a follow. That's some good information. Hopefully, we will be hearing more from this guy on the show to come, provided he doesn't give us any garbage. Hours away. Oh, she's a good girl, but that was a little out of line. Hexagon official. Give him a nice follow and like and retweet this. But so they completed stage 7. So they're in stage 8. Right now you're in storage lookup, because this tweet was from yesterday. Okay? So that's where we are, guys. That is where we are with Pulsechain. Okay? More Pulsechain stuff. Let me just make sure you guys could hear me. Okay, you guys could hear me. Next thing we have is Sami. Hex started with 5,000 people and grew to 120,000 people after 3 years. That's 24x growth. Pulsechain had 40,000 people. SAC and PulseX was 140,000 people. SAC, note that PulseX doing 1,000x means by itself bigger than the entire crypto market today. Okay, forget about the last sentence, but someone has been saying that since like I said it in this video, literally one of my first videos, one of the first videos and most viewed videos I created. I've been saying that. Oh, sorry guys. A lot of videos. Yeah, this one, you could check it out. So I've been on repeat with that. So yeah, so has he been watching Furu Finance? Did he get that information from me without giving me the credit I deserve? I don't know, but it is interesting that he said that. And I said this, I think, yesterday, the day before also. But he does provide great information and great content for the show. But if he got this from me, I'd appreciate it if he'd give me a shout out. He doesn't even follow me. But yeah, Hex started with 5,000 people, grew to 120,000 people after 3 years. 24x growth. Pulsechain, to get 24x growth, needs 140. It needs a lot more, whatever, put it that way. PulseX has 140,000 people SAC. So yes, that's what I've been saying. Hex did a 10,000x in under 2 years because it was very fringe. Very few people got in, which means that in order to double 4x, 10x the amount of new holders and stakers, it takes a lot less, right? If you start off with one wallet and you have a new person come in, you just increase the amount of holders by 100%. If you start off with 1,000 wallets, in order to get that increase, in order to double, you need another 1,000. And that does correspond to price performance, although albeit indirectly, and it's more complicated than that. So yeah, I've been saying that for a very long time. And that's why obviously I think that Pulsechain will not do a 10,000x in under 2 years, although it'll do very, very well. PulseX, I think, will do not as well as either, but as Pulsechain, but I still think PulseX will do very well. But yeah, I think you got that from me. Or just great minds think alike. I don't know. What do you guys think? But that's interesting. Okay. And then I missed this tab, but this was Pulsechain facts. There are now over 220 million Ethereum addresses. All of those addresses and their assets will be ferried over onto the Pulsechain network for free. 3 fiat on-ramps built, largest free airdrop in history, over 170 projects ready to launch. Boom. Yeah. But does that matter if people don't know? No, it doesn't matter. That's why people have to know. And it is a great way of marketing and onboarding, giving people free stuff, but people have to know they have free stuff. How do they know they have free stuff? TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Keep repeating that. And I forgot to prepare tabs of the TikTokers that have been putting in a lot of work in the chat. I'll give them shout outs tomorrow, but they've been doing some great work. And more people are learning about Richard Hart and Hex and Pulsechain and PulseX. And they're going to be saved from themselves. They're going to be saved from the people trying to encourage leverage trading. They're going to be saved from people that are using their audience as exit liquidity, right? You know, taking pay for play advertising for cryptocurrencies. So they're going to be saved from people just scamming and asking people for seed phrases, because in this community, you have the most educated people educating. Like, maybe I'm not the most, but I am educating, and I like to think I'm honest, and I like to think I help people out. So I'm proud to be part of this community. And if you want to learn more, you can obviously go to furufinance.com and schedule your free 10-minute call. But then we got Mr. Universe. So this is actually to counter the Sami thing. So people say that, oh yeah, but there are a lot of sacrificers, right? People say that there are a lot of sacrificers, and there are a lot of there's a lot of money that went in, so the market cap's going to be too high. So really can't go that high. I think it could go that high, although it's not going to go as high as Hex did, but it could go that high. But he says 140,000 wallets sacrificed for PulseX, but 90,000 wallets sacrificed under $100. Damn it. I'm forgetting to turn that off. Sorry. Yeah, so 140,000 sacrificed for PulseX, 90,000 sacrificed under $100, 35,000 wallets sacrificed $1 only. So technically, I only see 50,000 wallets, and that actually exists to the project and what's real. This is a fact, and market cap starts at 0. I liked and retweeted that. There are a few things that are a little bit could be taken out of context. So it's saying that 90,000 wallets sacrificed under $100. But if 90,000 sacrificed under $100, but if it does 1,000x, then those people are sitting on a lot of money that will, if they're selling, they're probably going to sell early. They're probably going to sell after, a 20x or 100x or, 700-800x. And that's going to drive down the price in the liquidity pools. So even though it's 100 now, factoring price appreciation, that is considerable sell pressure. And so I mean, still that is interesting. And I think that the whole market cap thing is stupid. And he's saying that, and this is a response to Sami, who I love. Sami, by the way. Wish he gave me credit if he was quoting me, but saying that market cap starts at 0 because Simon said, where is it? He said 1,000x or PulseX means by itself is bigger than the entire crypto market today. Let me tell you guys something. Saying Bitcoin would do the price performance that it did, saying that back in the day, you were saying that it was going to have a higher market cap than pretty much the vast majority of companies in the Fortune 500. And it did. And it's going to be the biggest market cap of any company, like in comparison with any stock, any publicly traded company. It will be the biggest. Nothing stopped it from happening. So in that same way that it was absurd back then to say that, and it played out, the same thing could happen. Hex was the 3rd largest market cap in crypto. It was a 4x away from flipping Bitcoin in market cap after 2 years. So nothing stops market cap. It is stupid. Stop thinking in terms of market cap, guys. And that's why, obviously, you got to go to furufinance.com. But this is absolutely ridiculous, the market cap thing. He should know better because he is a hexagon and he's a really smart guy. But I also still don't think it's doing it 1,000x, but not because of market cap. Market cap's never a factor. And then K for K. This is some food for thought. He said, remember when ETH launched at 30 cents and wicked down to 15, then never seen again? Expect something similar with Pulsechain, maybe even more violent. So he's saying Pulsechain's going to wick down? I hope so, because that means I'm going to get in at some good prices. But I'm going to dollar cost average. But what do you guys think? You guys think it's going to wick down? Also, ETH launched, even its wick down to 15 cents was still above the ICO price. So is Pulsechain going to launch above the ICO? Is he saying Pulsechain is going to launch and go below the sacrifice price, or not? Or it'll be considerably above the sacrifice price, the buy-in price forever, the way Ethereum was. I don't know. But interesting stuff. You should be following at K4K Crypto. But what do you guys think? 35 watching. Please like and subscribe. And send super chats. Darren Riley says, newbie to crypto, sacrifice for PulseX, decent amount for my first investment. Your chat's keeping me sane. Cheers, Matt. Well, if you're a newbie, you should go to furufinance.com and book a free one-on-one today. But yeah, thanks, bro. Excited for liquid loans. Cool. I will say liquid loans is one of the more serious projects. Is it outperforming Pulsechain? Very, very unlikely. Is it outperforming Hex? Very unlikely. Very, very unlikely. Is it a scam? Very unlikely, because the founders are doxxed. I mean, they have all their information out there, and they've been pretty transparent. So, shout out to them. Ted Cash. I think all Bitcoin maximalists are AI robots. Just look at Saylor, Max, Kaiser. Kaiser would be a pretty sophisticated AI, and there was no Chat GPT back then, but definitely get that kind of a vibe. Davis says 20 hours until V3. Did you hear it from a chick? Adam Rosenberg. Well, I just received a text saying Pulsechain V3 in 30 minutes from a dev. Ash JYC says, not here to be negative. Okay, so you're about to be negative. I'm a PulseX sacrificer. What are your thoughts on regulations and what that might look like for Hex and Pulse? I think overall regulations are very important for crypto to continue going up. Because at the end of the day, the big money is not going to go into something that's not regulated, especially after what just happened this past bull market, with FTX and stuff like that, and Celsius and BlockFi and Nexo and everything and pretty much everything and Luna and Voyager. So yeah, I think that's very important because crypto as an industry as a whole, the industry as a whole moves in tandem. So it's important for Pulse and PulseX and Hex. It's important for them that crypto gets regulated. So I think it's very bullish. Obviously, I don't want it. I want the regulation to happen in a reasonable way, in a way that doesn't impede on people's rights and things like that. And honestly, it's probably going to be more regulated than we want, but it definitely should be regulated, and that's very bullish. Anyone that says otherwise is an idiot. They're not living in the real world. There are a lot of people out there that just they're not grounded in reality. They're just delusional. And they think, oh yeah, we should have no government. Yeah, that'll be great. Or that there should be zero regulation. I mean, look at what happens in crypto with zero regulation. It's bad. And then they would say, oh yeah, but they just made it happen because they want regulation. No. When there's no regulation, people take advantage of other people. That's the way of the world. Just look at all these YouTubers. They take advantage of their audience. Okay. That's just how the world works. And there has to be some mechanism in place to deter that. Although people will always do it. There needs to be regulation. I mean, and it's necessary not just from a moral standpoint, but also from a price performance standpoint. But yeah, good question. RH said he can't see why Pulse couldn't do 14,000x like you. Yeah, maybe. Hey, he's a really, really smart guy. In fact, way smarter than me. So doesn't mean I'm going to just parrot what he says, but yeah. Richard Hart has waited to launch too long to launch. People are moving to the next big thing. Unfortunately, yes, a lot of people are getting not next big thing, but to the next shiny object, like I like to call it. And I think that is part of the temptations and that is par for the course in terms of the difficulty holding through serious volatility. With Hex, with things like Bitcoin, everyone just looks at the chart and they're just like, oh yeah, it could have totally easily I could have easily just bought that dip and I would have gotten rich. It's so obvious, you just buy. But at that, when you see the chart, you don't see the fear people were having that the FBI was going to come down and shut it down. so to speak. You know, the government's going to come shut it down and make it illegal. You know, it was drug money, it was fringe, it was stupid. It was like you didn't see that. You know, you didn't see that. You didn't live through that. So looking at the chart and seeing now that it's more legitimate and there is some sort of institutional buy-in, it's easy to think that, like, looking at the 90% correction, that you would have so bought if you would have heard of it, but you wouldn't have. You would have been like everyone else, likely. That's just the way the world works. So same thing with Hex. The thing about Hex is there is a very smart community and people understand the volatility, right? So people understand that Richard Hart says volatility is the price you pay for the fast appreciating asset. So people understand everything. And when the bull market was going on, everybody thought it's a no-brainer. Even if we have a 90% correction, I'm just going to buy the dip and it's going to go up. But there's always a curveball. There's always a narrative. There's always something that makes you second guess yourself. In the case of Hex, it's all these people coming in and launching their own tokens. Could you sit through that? Especially the temptation that it's an immature asset and the liquidity is going to be thin. So you're getting in on Ethereum on day one or whatever. You're getting in on SHIB on day one, you know, with this other Hexican dude creating a new coin. Are you going to succumb to that temptation? Not easy. Not easy. Especially with, you know, Pulsechain launch delay. So Richard Hart has waited too long to launch. People are moving to the next big thing. Yeah, people are chasing shiny objects. That's part of the shakeout. For Hex, it came in a sort of different way than it did for Bitcoin. But that's just the way it is. When you're down 90%, people do stupid things. And in this case, instead of maybe completely leaving crypto because they understand the volatility and things like that, they emergency end stake or sell a considerable amount of their bag for the next big thing, aka shiny object. But that's an interesting question. And welcome to the show. I hope you like and subscribe. But got a lot of chats. Please leave a super chat. You get priority. Market cap does not matter. PulseX is revolutionary. I agree. And crypto is still small. Agree also. Hex squid. Agree. Adam, that's right. Bitcoin is going to go down with all the altcoins as macro metrics. Ted Cash, you are bearish. Come on, man. Adoption is your best friend. I agree. Yeah, good point, Davis. If you're in before regulation comes, you're good. Exactly. Once regulation comes and everybody's okay and comfortable getting in, the opportunity of making life-changing wealth in a short period of time is likely gone, or considerably harder to obtain. Exactly. Like stocks, there are still a few stocks that if you get in on them, you'll get those crypto never work again gains. Like Tesla was a good example. But it's really, really hard. But if you got in, once it's easy, everyone, it's too late. Opportunity's gone. It's gone. You think you're just going to buy Hex in 10 years and get rich very quickly? Absolutely not. I mean, there's still going to be reason to buy it. It's still going to be a great cryptocurrency, in my opinion, in my non-financial advice opinion. But the mad gains, like, it's going to take a long time. Price has done amazing without regulation. So peers, you're the only NPT. What's NPT? Price has done amazing, yes, in terms of percentage gains. But to get to the next level, you need big money, right? As the price goes up and the liquidity gets thicker, you need more money to go in to get those same returns. And as far as, as far as not being regulated, I mean, yeah, we sort of have reached the point where if the big money doesn't come in, it'll go up a lot slower, if at all. Especially after this past bear market, this past bull market, where you had all these institutions just collapse. Like even like before the whole FTX, Luna, etc. thing happened, the institutions were more comfortable, right? They were more comfortable investing, so the price was able to go up. But now they're not. Now they're not. So you need regulation. Sorry, bro. Sorry, but I love you. I love you, Hex Gecko. And Davis, Hex Gecko, regulation will keep money in and invite big money, which we need. Exactly. Davis gets it. In 5 years, Hex will be over 1,000 and the price action will be barely visible, just a tiny squiggly line. Hope so. Hex Gecko, y'all sound like XRP guys. You can't really regulate anything that is global like crypto. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can. You can. Crypto, if you want crypto, right? If you want to make money in crypto, you have to sell or whatever, borrow something into fiat. I mean, that's just the way it works. So they really control fiat. They don't directly control it, but the government and the SEC, the banks bend the knee to them. TradFi bends the knee to governments and regulators. So they could regulate them. They could regulate crypto. They could not shut down crypto per se, but they can make it fringe to the point where you're not going to have mad gains. I mean, that's just the world we live in. And Ted Cash says, 42 beautiful souls watching the 42nd. The 42nd, 42 and 42. Furu Finance live stream. Please like and share. Yes, please like and share, and I really appreciate that. And thank you guys all for watching. And we could do another article. Just share the screen now. And remember to go to furufinance.com, schedule your free call, and sign up to the Patreon, where you could get the Bitcoin course recorded from this past Sunday. And tomorrow at 9 a.m., we are building on that. We're going into Ethereum smart contracts and things like that. And we're going to have another one probably a week later on Friday or Sunday. We're going to delve deeper into just how to research cryptos and things like that. And eventually, inevitably, end up at the Richard Hart ecosystem, covering that in depth. But this is exclusive Patreon access for all tiers. But you could check that out. This was cool. This was Investors Observer. I'm not into technicals, but I like bullish technicals. It makes me feel good. What do the short-term technicals predict for the Hex price Tuesday? So they said Hex receives a strong short-term technical ranking of 85 from Investor Observer Data Analysis. Hex has a superior recent technical analysis than 85% of tokens based on these trading metrics. There you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth, okay? But yeah, we don't have to read this whole thing. But summary, Hex trading over the past 30 days leads to a strong short-term technical score due to recent price movements, suggesting more bullish signals for traders on the Hex token in the near future. Shout out to that. And bottom signal imminent, guys. Why you should avoid investing in cryptocurrency in retirement. Forbes said it. It must be true. Forbes is saying why you should avoid investing in cryptocurrency in retirement. This is a lot of the times people say that like these are really the bottom indicators. I don't think they are, because it could, just because Forbes and mainstream articles are writing bearish things doesn't mean it can't still be bearish for another considerable, like significant period of time, like months. And just because they're writing bullish things doesn't mean that it's time for a dump. For example, once Bitcoin reached even 15, 16,000 on its way to 20,000, people were, the news articles were very bullish on it. And then it went to 20, then it went to 30, then it went to 40, and they were still bullish on it. And then they were at 50,000 and then 60,000 and then 69,000. So there was a long period of time where mainstream media was covering cryptocurrency very favorably, and it was still going up. So I don't like these reverse indicators. I like the 4-year cycle more, which we cover in depth over here. So join the Patreon. But it is interesting, and we've been bearish for a long time now. But it says here, many people feel that investing in cryptocurrency is a way to increase their retirement savings, but it is not without risks. Cryptocurrency is a highly volatile asset class with prices that can fluctuate wildly in a short amount of time. This makes it a risky choice for those who are retired or nearing retirement and need to protect their savings. There are a few reasons why you should avoid investing in cryptocurrency in retirement, including the volatile nature of the asset, its lack of regulation, and the potential tax implications. First of all, they're saying volatility, but we all know volatility is the price you pay for the world's fastest appreciating asset. We're going to skip what is cryptocurrency. You should know that. If not, you should book a one-on-one. Even if you know it, you should still do that. But reasons to avoid investing in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a highly speculative investment, so it's best to avoid if you're retired or nearing retirement. The risk of a sudden price drop can be detrimental to the financial security of retirement savings. Volatility of cryptocurrencies makes it an unsuitable investment for those who are approaching retirement. Kind of agree. like if you invested all your retirement money, or like a considerable amount of your retirement money when Bitcoin was at 50, 60K, you're not doing too well. You're not going to be able to retire, but that doesn't mean you can't allocate a small amount or some of it. But yeah, I guess in a way there is some merit. There is something to this. Like, it doesn't mean we have to be complete. Price of cryptocurrencies can fall rapidly, and this can have a disastrous impact on your retirement savings if you're not prepared. The sudden fall in price could significantly reduce the value of your savings, which could have a devastating effect on your retirement plans. This is some bad writing. This is Forbes. Just keeps on saying the same thing. And then it says it lacks regulation, which is true. But I'll tell you one thing. Right now, the risk is to the upside, in my opinion. But yes, you should not ape in your retirement money to cryptocurrency. But bottom signal imminent. I don't know. What do you guys think? But that's it for our featured story. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys are saying. The fiat is going to blank, and they need an alternative, or else the people will eat them. The fiat is going to... Oh, when though? Like, when's the US dollar collapsing? Because Peter Schiff's been saying it's going to collapse for like 30 years and it's still doing all right. I do think eventually, yes, the US dollar will collapse, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. And I don't see Bitcoin as a good alternative, or crypto. Cryptocurrency, ironically, makes a horrible currency because it's deflationary. it's very hard. If it, are you going to spend something that goes up 10,000x in under 2 years? Probably not. And if you're not going to spend it, if you're going to be very frugal in spending it, then are you like, is that good for businesses? Is that good for economic growth? It's not. Also, yeah. So, I mean, also it's completely public aside from Monero and a few others, which are inferior. Like Zcash is not, it's not private by default. And then you have like Pirate Chain is on proof of work that allows ASICs. So it's kind of crappy, but most of them are completely public. And that means, like John McAfee famously said, if I transact with you in Bitcoin, from here on in, I will know how much money you have and how much you spend, how much comes in for the rest of your life. So it makes a horrible currency. It's too deflationary and it's completely public. So I don't think we're there yet. I think it's a great thing to speculate on. I think it's a great tool for achieving financial freedom. But unfortunately, I have to admit that the dollar is still the best system. Just how it is. I mean, again, people in crypto need to be grounded in reality. We need to be grounded in reality, guys. But like and subscribe. Furu Finance content idea. Pantera Capital, the year ahead letter to investors. I don't know Pantera Capital, but you could sign up for I do have a newsletter. And you guys are obviously not investors and it's not financial advice, but let me actually link that in the chat. I have my Furu Finance newsletter every Friday. So it's coming out tomorrow. We cover exclusive content. We have exclusive topics covered and you only get it there. So people enjoy it. So yeah, shout out to that. A tiny URL, but there we go. 44 watching. Like and subscribe. A lot depends on whether XRP is a good deal in late March court case. Unless SEC concedes an early settlement, it's not likely. It's not likely what? So crypto will not be a success until Uniswap is shut down and ETH KYCs its users. What regulations do you think is needed? No, I don't want Uniswap shut down, and I don't want ETH KYCing its users. But like, I don't want centralized exchanges being fractionally reserved. How about that? Is that not good regulation? I don't want people being able to run spam bots on the internet, asking people to give them their private keys. That's good regulation. I don't want YouTube content creators to be able to take money from scammers to use their audience as exit liquidity. And I've got plenty of emails like asking me to do that. And, I'm sure a lot of people succumb to the temptation. So yes, I want regulation, Hex Gecko. Yeah, regulation's good. So that's yes, no, but I don't want Uniswap being shut down or ETH KYCing its users. But yeah, I do want some regulation. And I don't want people creating these stable coins that could be depegged and go to zero and ruin people's lives like Luna. So yes, or I don't want stablecoin companies that are fractionally reserved and depegged. So yeah, I want regulation. Like yes, I want regulation, and I want crypto to go up too. U.S. dollar will not collapse because we kill the leader who tries to collapse it or replace it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have heard things about that. I don't know. I don't know enough about that, but interesting. During this past bull run, the total market cap was at $3 trillion. Do you think this coming bull run, the total market cap will hit $6 trillion or $30 trillion? Definitely could hit. I definitely could hit over 10 trillion. Definitely could flip gold, the crypto market cap. Not necessarily the Bitcoin market cap, but the crypto market cap could flip gold. And Ted Cash concurs. So I'm in good company, okay? I concur with you, Furu. The dollar will be around for the next 20 years at least. Yes. What's the like? There is no second best. I'm saying as a currency. Obviously, I prefer Hex to the dollar, but as a currency, there's no second best. I mean, no, there's some, but they're just not enforced by the U.S. government, I guess. Like the pound is pretty strong, but you see how strong it is that when the Fed raises rates, all the other currencies go down against the dollar. So it's still number one, not even close. And that's really that. But yeah, it's still number one. And shout out to Ted Cash, the mod, the regular. I appreciate everything you do. And click the link to sign up to the newsletter. And Pete Swag says, I made a YouTube short today. Check it out. Awesome. I will check it out. You know what? I will check it out if you drop it in the Hex TikTok and YouTube Shorts Telegram, which you should be part of. Because that means not only will I check it out, but all the 205 people in that Telegram will hopefully check it out and like and subscribe to your channel. And it should be reposted on TikTok where people will repost. It will repost. So join the Telegram, everyone. Not just Pete Swag, not just content creators, but also people that are, Hexkins. Because then you can, even if you don't create content, you can like the content posted and comment on it and repost, which boosts engagement, which encourages the algorithm to continue promoting and to send it on people's feeds. So please do that. Ted Cash says, aside from CBDC, the next battleground will be stable coins as big merchant banks and national banks introduce their version of stable coins against the basket we already have. Very possible. It's possible. Yeah. I mean, if crypto becomes what we think it's going to become, then yeah, why wouldn't the banks, like having a stable coin company is like, it's literally the easiest money. It's like you literally just people deposit dollars into your account, and then you mint stable coins. So you mint ERC20 stables. So that basically means it's very low cost, and then you get to take that money and buy US treasuries and just earn interest on that. Like you just pretty much get to earn money on money that's not even yours with very low risk. It's a great business model if people use it, meaning if like let's say $1 billion is deposited by people, you just mint $1 billion stable coins, and then you just get to earn yield on that with treasuries, with short-term treasuries. And yeah, so probably, yeah, it's a good point. And then some regulation is natural, just can't overregulate. Exactly. 100%. Right on the money, Stefan. And join the YouTube Shorts. And Pete Swag said, joined. Awesome. Great to have you in there. I like DAI. I heard a lot of the DAI, though, is actually backed by USDC and Tether because people are borrowing against it. But yeah, DAI's good. And 44 watching, so please like and subscribe. I got to the end of the comments, so if you want to comment, feel free to do right now. But in the meantime, let me just remind you guys to go to furufinance.com, link in the description. and schedule your free one-on-one today. That's that. And obviously, become a patron, and you get access to all these videos, the cryptocurrency course, plus Discord, plus discounts, plus Zoom meetings, and all those kind of things, and much more in the future. So, and plus it really supports me, which is awesome too, because if you enjoy my work and you could afford to support it, it would be amazing if you guys could support it. But any more comments? And Stefan joined the group too. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And everyone should be joining, but we really appreciate it. Let me just give a thank you to my patrons. I just want to thank Johnny, Bravo, Frank, Todd, Justin, YTC, Peter, and Yanone. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Johnny actually did the one-on-one yesterday, and it was 10 minutes, and we just spoke for like over an hour, which was awesome. And that was really fun. Shout out to Johnny. But are there any more comments from you guys? We got 37 watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. And Adrian Wills says, the petrodollar is on last legs. The BRICS nations are gearing up as we speak to trade in alternative currencies. China, UK, and others buying up gold to back their digital currencies. Russia use oil. Yeah, honestly, it's not happening anytime soon. I hate to break it to you, Adrian. Maybe this is like the start of like the beginning of the fall of the dollar, which can maybe happen in like 20 years. I mean, just look, Russia can't even beat a JV country. They should I don't think anything's close to the US. I think if there's one thing that the whole I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but the whole debacle in Eastern Europe showed us is that, Russia's not as serious of a country as everyone thought it was. And I doubt China's either. And you see what's happening with this current Fed tightening environment where the market's not doing too well. The American economy is by far the strongest. Like, China is taking a hit. So, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. But that's more of a thing we could talk about on the Zoom call for patrons, because I want to stay on YouTube. But interesting stuff you bring up, certainly. You also have to look at these people that are saying that the world's coming to an end and America's about to collapse. They've been saying it for years, and they've been wrong for years. So I just don't listen to them. I used to listen to them because it's easy to fall for that. I think America is going to be big for a considerable period of time. It is going to fall. I mean, empires come and go, but it's not looking like it's going to happen anytime soon. Look at the China index. Look how it's performed in comparison to the S&P 500. It's performed horribly. So, no. Either your camera's brightness is super Hex G-Banger. I think I'm following you on Twitter. But go follow Hex G-Banger on Twitter. Either is super high or Count Dracula hijacked your stream. Good stuff, bro. Vampire Attack. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Hex G-Banger, and welcome. I don't know. Maybe it's slow. Better? I don't know. I'm sorry. And then Stefan says, check out Peter Zan. Okay, maybe. And 90% of China is third world. Yes, great point. Yeah, it's not there. It's growing. China has grown very, very fast. It's grown a lot and very, very fast. But you also have to understand it's comparable to crypto, like diminishing returns. So obviously, a third world country that is on the rise is going to rise very quickly. But then as it gets closer to the US, its growth will slow. Its percentage growth will slow. That's a good analogy. So it's like this. And that's why America has slowed down and there are countries catching up, but they still have a long way to go. In my opinion. But yeah, we could talk about that more in the Patreon, in the Discord, in the voice chat in the Discord, or in the Sunday Zoom meeting or exclusive Patreon live streams. But good point. I like that you brought that up. Are there any more questions? I guess not. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please go to furufinance.com and please like and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So have a great rest of your day.